Hey, hope your recovery is going well. In this video, I'm going to explain how I got hurt, how I ended up with a tibial plateau fracture. I was on a vacation in Salt Lake City, Utah with some friends skiing, and I am a lifelong winter sports athlete. I'm a very good skier, and I've always figured that if you do sports for long enough, you will get hurt. I'm not surprised I got hurt. I'm just surprised how badly I got hurt doing something really mundane. When I tell my friends who are really good skiers, oh, I got hurt skiing, they say, what happened? Did you hit a tree? Did you ski off a cliff? Did you fall in a chute? Nope, none of that. I had two really big, great days of skiing at Snowbird with my friends. We decided to take it easy on the third day, and on our second warm-up run of the day, there was a family standing in the middle of the run. They had a 5 or 6-year-old downhill of them. Because he was shorter, we couldn't see him, and I don't think he could see us. Family was pointed right. Apparently the kid was pointed left, although again, we couldn't see him. And so from our perspective, he popped out of nowhere when he started to go down the run. My friend swerved so as not to hit this little boy, and in so doing, swerved into my path that I was skiing down. I swerved so as not to hit my friend or the kid, and decided that I couldn't thread the needle between the two of them, and decided it was safer for my friend and for this child if I just try to slam a really hard stop. So basically the force of that stop is what broke my knee. By the time I hit the ground and started sliding face first down the mountain, I already knew my leg was broken. I didn't know how badly, I didn't know what it looked like, but I could feel that it wasn't usable anymore. So in skiing, you're supposed to self-arrest. You're supposed to stop yourself if you're out of control and if you're just free falling. So I knew I needed to do that, but I was going head first down the mountain, and I knew my left leg wasn't usable anymore. So I decided to focus on getting myself turned around so that I was going feet first down the mountain. I did that with my hands and my right leg, sort of clawing at the snow is what you're supposed to do to self-arrest. Got myself turned around, and in so doing, I stopped my slide down the mountain. That was the hardest part at that point, is I just laid on the mountain waiting for ski patrol to come. It took over 10 minutes for them to get there, maybe closer to 15, and that I felt every minute of that go by. Had the family stopped with me, and I had them go tell my friends what had happened, had them get ski patrol. When ski patrol got there, they were very kind, but they did end up apologizing to me afterwards because they said they severely misjudged my injury. I am incredibly good in a crisis because I just hyper focus and I'm just dialed into whatever's going on. So I was really good in the moment at sort of managing my emotions, telling them exactly what was happening, what I was feeling, what I could and couldn't do. But the downside of that is that because I was so calm, cool, and collected, they thought it was a much less serious injury. Even though I was telling them I knew it was a really bad injury, they weren't seeing all the signs that they would usually see. Later, they told me that I am the first person with this type of injury that they have picked up who wasn't passed out from the pain and from the injury overall. So that's why they had misjudged it. They got me on a backboard and towed me to the clinic at the mountain. In the clinic, that's where we were able to get my ski gear off, and that's when we could visually see how bad it was. If you are squeamish, turn the video off right now. Right now, I'm giving you a second to do it because this is where I'm going to tell you how we could tell how bad it was. I still had my leggings on, my long johns, and even with them on, you could just tell that the bottom half of my leg was no longer connected to the top half of my leg. It was displaced off to the left completely. So if my femur was going straight like this, my tibia was off to the side. And so you could just see that it was disfigured. That was, of course, very uncomfortable, quite freaky to see your own body disfigured, but I had great medical care, and the one benefit to it being visibly disfigured was that everyone knew how serious it was right away, and that's when everyone really kicked into high gear. They recommended that I take an ambulance to the hospital, which I really appreciated. I didn't know if my friends should drive me since we weren't that far from the hospital. I didn't know if I needed to get medevaced because it was serious. And they recommended taking an ambulance so that I could get immediately admitted to the ER. I am so glad that that is how I got to the hospital because, again, no wait time. I just went straight into the ER and was immediately able to get care. So that's basically how I got injured and how I made my way to the hospital. So in the next video, I will share more about my hospital stay and the procedures that I had while I was there. If you have had a tibial plateau fracture, especially if you got one skiing, I was told by my doctor that a tibial plateau fracture is a pretty rare injury in the orthopedic world, but it's a very common orthopedic injury in the ski world. So the odds that you're watching this and you're a skier yourself are pretty high. So if you got injured skiing, let me know how, if you want to, if you're looking to share your story. And hopefully that gives you sort of a sense of solidarity that bizarrely these intense injuries can happen even doing something pretty mundane like a warm-up run on a blue. So with that, I will share in my next video more about my hospital stay. Hope you're recovering well.